Bit of a faux pas there. I forget. I like that screen. I almost forgot about that one. The water droplet is beautiful. I might have to reintegrate that shit back into the mix. Anywho, what is good with you people tonight? How y'all doing tonight? You good? Sorry about getting started late. I had some deliveries to make, and they ran a bit over, and I'll take the hit on that. Well, I got done baking a little bit later than I thought I was going to, so I was late with deliveries. Anyway, it is what it is. It's like I never know who's going to tune in and who isn't. So for those of you who do check out this podcast, sorry to be late. I like to be here at around 7 o'clock, but we're getting started. Nearly an hour late today. I'm off schedule. My bad. I didn't know what I was going to talk about tonight. It's a good thing about reading principles is you never have to really prepare. Everything is always within eyeshot, and you can just kind of see where you want to go. But it's like every now and again, I like to do things that are a little bit more, relatable and whatnot. So that's what apparently we're going to do tonight, man. I was thinking about my favorite anime. My favorite anime of all time. My favorite cartoon series of all time are animated work. It'd be One Punch Man. And I like him for one reason specifically. And that is, if you follow the story arcs of all these animes, these people, basically they're always building up their power level. They're building up, getting stronger. Being tested. Finding out where their limits are and then pushing beyond them. One Punch Man is unique in the sense that he started off as something that was already at a god level of power and capability. He started off the strongest. And you usually have all these epic battles with, like, say, Goku or Naruto, whatever anime character you can think of, and these people, they're going through all these layers and levels of indoctrination into their true strength and capability. And One Punch Man is unique in that he already starts off at the top. The reason why this makes this my favorite anime is because I empathize with that sort of story arc there. When you already perform at a level of ability that is really hard to rival, it switches your paradigm. You stop looking for battles to win and you start looking for ways to lose. Only thing is, you can't give in to your desire to lose. Someone actually has to beat you on real terms. This is what makes One Punch Man unique. He's not going around looking for someone to beat. He's searching for someone to beat him. Why this resonates with my experience is lots of people come to me trying to defeat me all the time. Some of you may perceive me to be argumentative because so many people come to me with their insecurity, their animus, and their outrage, and their desire to humble and humiliate me so as to appease their own sense of narcissism and grandiosity. What most of them don't know, however, when they bring their narcissism and their rage to me, is that I'm hoping that they can defeat me. I'm hoping they can prove once and for all that I'm a fraud. So I can go back to doing the things I was doing before this was my life. I sift through all the commentary. sift through all the outrage and the desires to humble me and all this other stuff, searching for someone who can finally prove I'm full of shit. So when I tell you I go looking for the best minds on the planet, I'm not going looking for people to defeat. I'm looking for someone to poke holes in what I'm saying. When you reach a certain level of strength, the paradigm shifts. You're no longer looking for things to flex against. You're looking for something to show you your weaknesses. Where did I fuck up? Where did I miss a point of logic or reasoning? Where did my purported capabilities fall short and/or allow my self-perception to slip through the cracks? When you come to me with your vanity, understand that you're never coming to a person who's full of themselves. I want you to win. I'm going to help you make better arguments. I'm going to help you find a way to prove that I'm full of shit if you've got the talent to do it. But if you don't, I'm not going to pretend for you. I'm not going to pretend for you. I'm not going to be small for you. The other day I put up a picture of myself showing what my body looks like going into age 45. Now, I got a lot of compliments for that. I put it up for reasons that I'll make clear in this video, not for the reasons that you probably think, but a lot of women came along and complimented me. Ladies, I appreciate that greatly. Thank you so much. Y'all are all beautiful and just, I love women. But of course I get a couple people who come along. This is a thirst trap. Yeah. They're completely wrong. Very way off topic. But you see, the reason why I even mention it, and it goes to the reason why I posted it. If you view me as competition, there's nothing that I could do or post or say that's not going to be offensive to you. Competition is a desire to dominate another. If you have it in your heart that you need to dominate me, then you see me as a rival. Anybody you perceive as a rival, you see in an aggressive way. That means that I know who harbors animosity towards me. I know who harbors aggression towards me just based on the simple act of interaction. You make how you feel about me known and how you respond to me or the things that I do. The reason I posted that video, the picture, it carries over from a theme that I had done last year, wherein I did 100 burpees a day for 30 days, and I was showing the results. This year, I've focused a little bit more on intermittent fasting. I've been doing my Bulgarian bag. You know, Bulgarian bag is the shit, by the way, in case you haven't seen or tried it. But, and then I still do burpees, but I don't do 100 a day. I do 100 in a day, but I only do it like 2-3 times a week. And once you're in the flow, it's not hard to maintain so much. You know what I'm saying? So it was more sort of like, hey, this is the result that I get from following this particular regimen, right? Now, the second part to it was this. I was talking to my homegirl Isha, right? And see, this is something that most people don't know. You know, I used to be really fit when I was younger. I used to be a really fit guy. I used to be really big into fitness, right? And when I look at myself now, I don't see myself through the eyes that everyone may see me through. I see myself in relation to what I used to be. My eyes got fixed on what was before, and now as my body continues to age and change, I have to make peace with the fact that things don't sit where they used to. I was very apprehensive about putting that photo up. I was legit like, damn. It's like, and it's funny because it's like last year. Thank you, Sister Isha. Last year, I had put up another picture of myself where it's like, I was showing my body, and it's not much different shape than it was now, but it's like you had people comment on my post, and they're like, "Oh, it looks like you're getting fat." That shit that I had to deal with from people who view me as competition. Looks like you're getting fat. Trying to sow seeds of doubt into me. Make me question my sense of self-worth. So, again, there are a couple of reasons why I put this picture up, but none of it had to do with thirst trapping. I did it because it's like, I felt legit I felt self-conscious. I felt self-conscious, and because I felt self-conscious, I was like, fuck this shit. Hey, if you feeling apprehensive, if you feeling pensive about it, put it up. Because it isn't about your fucking identity, Donald King. Put it up. It was that split second where I realized that I felt legit scared to share an image of myself where I said, what the fuck are you doing, man? You got bigger things to think about than whether or not anybody accepts you. Conversely, there was a bigger point that came along with it, and it's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to stay covered up for your vanity. Am I supposed to stay small for you? You know what? The shape that my body is in right now, like it or don't, is a result of discipline, mental discipline. At the end of the day, regardless of whether or not you like it, this is how I am. What I'm going to do, stay covered up because I shouldn't offend your sensibilities? It goes to a greater point. What the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm smart. I'm intelligent. Even if you don't buy the fact that I'm an avatar, I'm intelligent. My mind processes information and reality exceptionally well by any standard. What am I supposed to do? Stay hidden for you? Be dumb for you so that you can feel important? Is that what you expect me to do? Tiptoe around your feelings and beliefs forever? Kowtow and fucking prostrate myself before your self-image. Is that what you expect me to do? Forever. Just stay hidden so that you're not offended. Is that what you expect reality to do? Stay hidden so that you can cling to your identity. Stay out of your line of sight so that you can continue to feel powerful and important. Is that what you expect truth to do? Is that what you expect everyone and everything to do so that you can keep your little identity intact? Remain hidden from sight so as not to offend you. Fuck your pride. On both ends. Mine too. I put it out because it's like at the end of the day, it simply is what it is. How you received it should let you know exactly how you feel about me. If you thought I was flexing, and that's the most beautiful part about being an avatar, I'm purely reflective. So what you see in me, and I know a lot of people say this, what you see in me is really in you, but when it comes to me, what you see in me is really what's in you. I mean that in the most literal sense. If you perceive me as narcissistic, it's because you're a narcissist. If you get along with me and you see me as being cool and mellow, it's because you're cool and mellow. If you get along with me because you see me as being honest, it's because you're honest. I'm purely reflective. What you see in me is literally what's inside you. I get tired of all these people coming to my posts, trying to fucking curtail me, trying to rein me in so as to protect their own fragile little identities. Change what you say here. Be inclusive of that there. Fuck you. If you have something to say, go say it. Don't come to what I'm saying and try and change the subject of the conversation to match your inner story. Don't try to fucking hijack what I'm doing so that you can feel important and because you're scared for someone who isn't beneath you to fucking speak and be heard by others. Deal with your shit. One Punch Man. He goes looking for people to beat him, or at the very least challenge him, and he wants to see the best they've got so that he can actually unleash his real power. And everybody comes up short. You know what's also really funny about that anime? People come to this dude. They always come to him out of pride. It's always their pride that drags them into conflict with this man. He's sitting here minding his business and, I'm going to show you that I'm the greatest. I am the king of the sea. I am this and that. And they come with their identities and all it takes is one shot and they're done. I've traveled the universe because I've been searching for the strongest being that I can ever find and I can defeat and I can feel better about myself. And then it's always consecutive blow and they're done. I don't want you guys to get it twisted. I don't self-idealize. I don't hold myself in high esteem. I'm very confident. In the same way that it's like I'm confident in my physical strength because it's like I'm disciplined. I do the work to make sure that I'm strong. I go and I do the work to make sure that it's like my view and perspective is consistent with reality and consistent with what can be measured. Not what can be inferred from what's measured, but what can actually be measured. And 10 out of 10 times I come out on top. I'm not afraid of science. I invite science. I'm not afraid of philosophy. I invite philosophy, the best philosophy you got. I'm not afraid of academia. I'm not afraid of any of it. Bring the best your institutions have to offer. Let me see where I'm weak. Trying to retire to an island so I can run around butt naked with a Latina chick. No, I'm just... I love women from all races, but yeah, man. So that's what it boils down to, dog. I was hoping some more people would chime in, man. I was looking for some people to shoot the shit with to get her done. By the way, Sister Isha, thank you for the compliment. You know, I've always had a love-hate relationship with compliments. I don't know how to accept them. I'll just be honest. It's always been really hard. Yesterday, I was hanging out with some friends, and one of my homegirls, she was like, "You're pretty," and I'm like, I didn't know what to do with that compliment. I'm like, you are too. I never knew how to take compliments, man, and it's still hard. I still don't know how to. I still don't know how to fucking deal with that. Isha says, me too. What does me too mean? I don't understand that. What's that? I'll wait for you to respond. Oh, yeah, me too, in terms of not being able to take compliments. Understood. Yeah, that's always something I struggle with. You know, and it's really funny because it's like you know, a lot of people. This is one of the main reasons why it's like, you know, it's like I have a tendency to be really hard on myself. You know, I come up in a really awkward circumstance. You know, you know, I was abused and mentally, verbally, physically. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that old damage, even after reaching enlightenment, some of those old messages, if you're not focused, if you're not dialed in, they can creep into your mind and they can sort of distort your worldview. So, you know, I was always told that I was stupid. I was always told that I was ugly and worthless, as valueless, and all these other things. And, you know, the majority of my life, I grew up believing these things about myself. You know, and then it's like I get a little bit older and I was in high school and whatnot. And, you know, I started getting some attention for being muscular. You know what I'm saying? And when I started getting attention for being muscular, then all of a sudden I became narcissistic. And what most people don't understand about narcissism is that narcissism is a direct result of trauma. Okay? So your narcissism is an addiction to the identity. And your identity becomes this sort of shell. And you build up this tall wall of like meanings and symbols and beliefs and shit like that. And then, you know, it becomes your primary tool and weapon. That's how you make it through the world. And lo and behold, you know, I got a taste of power. And then I formed an identity around this little taste of power. And then anytime I got something that enhanced my sense of self, it became part of my big tool, part of my big weapon. So I was very egotistical. I was very narcissistic, right? And again, narcissism, it goes back to trauma. So when I deal with a lot of people who are highly narcissistic, I understand that I'm looking at a traumatized person, you know, because I myself, I've been there. I know what that is. And, you know, they before you can get them to stop being sort of really aggressive with their personality and trying to weaponize their self against everyone, you first have to get to the root of what's making them feel so defensive to begin with. And a lot of it goes back to old messages they heard or like traumatic experiences or events that occurred in their life where this identity is the only shield that they have to sort of keep themselves safe. You know, I went through that, man. It's tough. Sister Isha, I have a hard time taking compliments. Yes, same here. And we're our biggest critics sometimes. Yeah, I'm definitely my biggest critic. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I'm in most ways, I am glad that I'm my biggest critic. When I was working in kitchens, working my way up to being a chef, you know, some of the chefs that I worked under, they were just monsters, man. They were just mean and rude. And they just like releasing their aggression into people. And, you know, when your livelihood depends on you taking shit from somebody who you just want to take in a back alley and beat the shit out of, it changes things. You know? You can't go popping off at the mouth. You gotta take a little shit. But through the process of you know, just dealing with these personality types, I learned to internalize their sense of judgment towards the things that I did and always hold myself to the highest level. Because if you're perfect, then nobody can attack you, right? Then nobody can criticize you. At least that's the way it used to be. So being perfect for the longest time, that was like that was my greatest aspiration in life. Which brings us back to the point of why sharing that picture was such a big deal. Because when I look at it, I see all the places I'm not perfect. And I decided to present it as is anyway. It's growth. And again, don't get it twisted. I'm not an unconfident person at all. I know that I have value. I know that in the grand scheme of things, I'm a fucking unicorn. I know this. I mean, I'm not stupid. I'm not self-idealizing or narcissistic, but I'm not stupid either. But the point of it is, I'm always going to be my biggest critic. I'm always going to be the person who does the most to prove that I'm full of shit. So if you come to me and you're full of shit and you're trying to prove I'm full of shit, you're late to the party. Any fucking weakness you think you can expose, I exposed it long before you got here and shored it up. I do the work. Am I great? Not my place to say. Do I hold myself to a high standard? You're fucking right, I do. Absolutely. And I'm glad I do. It's part of being mentally disciplined. Yeah, man. So, Sister Isha, thank you for jamming in. Yeah, man. It's a really interesting podcast. I was actually expecting this to be more of a dialogue, like everybody chime in, but it's like, maybe the subject matter rubbed you guys the wrong way. And to be honest, I don't care. I don't. I'm not hiding from you. I'm not hiding for you. I'm not doing it. I'm going to say what needs to be said as it needs to be said. I'm going to show myself. I'm going to let you see me fuck up. I'm going to let you see all the beautiful parts of me. I'm going to let you see the ugly parts too. You get the whole package. All of it. I'm going to smile at you. You'll see the dimples. You also see the gap and the overbite. You look into my eyes and you'll see the intensity, but you also see the bags. It's the whole thing. Let me see. Let me see. Love the message tonight. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Sister Isha. I appreciate you. Thank you for chiming in. Hey, we just keep it honest around here. This is what we do. We keep it honest. It's not always going to be perfect. Nothing is going to be ideal. I put a post up about that earlier today. Whenever you accept anyone in your life, and I like to use a romantic frame for this, but whenever you accept anything in your life or anyone in your life, it's going to come with some stigmas. It's going to come with, there are going to be some stigmas attached to it. Nothing is ever going to be ideal. Nothing is going to be ideal. You know how many times I've gone over in my mind what the perfect woman it would be like for me? And the most perfect women show up in my life. None of them look the way that I would have imagined them in my mind. And for the brief moments of time that we're together, they make life fucking wonderful. When you get too attached to your ideas, you lose sight of reality. When you bond with someone in reality, you're always going to have to make some sort of concession. Maybe they're not going to be as tall as you want them to be. Maybe they're not going to be as pretty. Maybe they're not going to be as ideal as you would like. But if you're listening to reality, tell you, yo, that's for you right there. That's for you. And you go with that intuitive movement, then they make your life fucking magical for whatever time you're together. Conversely, you could run around chasing your ideals, and every time you come close to something being within earshot of your ideal, shit falls to pieces. It can't sustain. It can't sustain. Ideas can't sustain. Only truth can. Only effects that occur within reality can sustain. Ideas, all it takes is exposure to something new, and they're fundamentally altered. Truth is never ideal. Anybody who's in theme with truth and or who is a representative of truth, they're never going to be ideal. They're not going to match your hopes, wishes, and expectations. But if you accept them when they come, or not even them, if you accept truth when it comes, it's always going to be better in the grand scheme of things anyway. It's going to take you where you didn't know you could go. It's going to strengthen, enhance, and fortify you. Truth will heal you, man. Or you can stick to your ideas. You can stick to your little identity, which only happens and can exist within idealism. That's a losing bet every fucking time. Let me see, brother. Observe the word. What's up with you, boy? What's good? What's crack-a-lackin'? What you got here? I tuned in right when you said you're late to the party, and I was like, can he see me? Yo, it's like for some reason, the way that it's set up, and I'm working through OBS Suite right now, so the way that it's set up, it doesn't show me, this feed doesn't show me who's on, who's watching, and who's on. Only thing that I can see is who comments. So whoever comments that's how I know that you're here. But the way that it's set up through my MacBook, I don't know if you're here or not, unless you say something. So anybody out there who thinks that I see them, I don't unless you comment. So yeah, man. And Sister Isha, oh, that's my girl. Rockin'. Yeah. I already finished this and I'm still sipping for coffee. That's a shame. And I know I'm going to be... This is the problem. I drink this stuff to do the podcast so I can dial in. And it's like I know I'm going to be up all night. I already know I'm going to be up all night. This shit is strong. And my little autonomic nervous system is it's sensitive. My impressions used to be very good, and then I started getting authentic, and for some reason, the shit just fell to pieces. I used to have some really great impressions of people. My Michael Jackson used to be on point, man. It was solid. Not so much anymore. But yeah, man. Shoot the Shit Wednesdays. I think that's what I'll call these. Shoot the Shit Wednesdays. Nothing is what it appears. That's the problem with perception-based reasoning. Humans make all these decisions based on how things appear. How things appear versus how they function and perform in reality, these are mutually exclusive effects. Just because something looks one way doesn't make it so. Have the wherewithal, have the mental discipline to investigate shit before you jump to whole conclusions. 9 times out of 10, shit isn't going to be the way you think it is, especially if you're in the habit of making snap judgments. The other day I said something to the effect of, stupidity. Stupidity is mental laziness. Stupidity is mental laziness. If you're not in the habit of thinking shit through and you rush to snap decisions because you form beliefs really quickly without thinking or without investigating, you're a stupid person. Okay? If you form whole beliefs without investigating shit properly, you're stupid. You're mentally lazy. And as a result, you make careless mistakes. Pointlessly careless mistakes because you let your pride do the thinking for you, or you're in the habit of letting groups do the thinking for you, or trends do the thinking for you. You know, we're looking at this inauguration right now, or what happened earlier today. And all these ideologues are out here like, we won, we won, we won. And I'm sitting back here like, what'd you win? What did you win? It doesn't matter. We won. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. But what exactly did you win? What exactly did you win? And see, most people be like, oh, you must be for the other guy or this or that. And they make these snap decisions. But when you can't think above the level of an ideologue and everything boils down to competition and winning, aggression, narcissism, competition, triune, when everything boils down to winning, you know how easy it is to get over on you? I can get you to race to a slaughterhouse if the only thing you're trying to do is win. And this doesn't have anything to do with the new administration or the old administration. This is how ideologues think. When you're mentally lazy, all you want to do is win. All you want to do is feel valuable. All you want to do is feel comfortable and important. You're a liability. An aggressive parasite. It makes you dangerous. It makes you reckless. If you're not paying attention to anything other than capturing authority from others and or winning, anybody can get over on you. And in some cases, in most cases, once they do, there's no going back. I wonder how many people I alienate on a regular basis. I think I may have lost just as many friends on Facebook as I've gained. And never for reasons related to me being an asshole. It's weird, man. You do all this work trying to help people, trying to help put things into perspective. And at the end of the day, most people, they'll make you a villain so that they can preserve the idea that they're the good guy. Even if they're the ones who come to you with all the animus, outrage, and aggression. Anywho, guys, let's see. Y'all already know what it is. I'm shooting this on Facebook Live. I'm also on Instagram and on YouTube and Medium. You guys can always feel free to join the Patreon family and support that way. And or you can, if you get any sort of benefit from these podcasts and you just want to bless your boy with a little love, you can hit me on Cash App. You know, all proceeds go to building this up to a larger platform so that I can reach as many people as I can while I'm still in this body. Want to reach as many people as I can because, well, from what I'm being shown by this thing I'm hosting, this is all shit that you guys need to understand moving into the next life cycle. For many of you, unimaginably bad things await. Like, oh my God, terrible. And, well, let's say I want to bring that number down, that number of people who are in for bad things down to the very best of my ability. That being said, oh, wait, Brother Absurd came back in. In terms of system function, if someone is important in a situation, how does someone prevent the feeling of importance from guiding their decision? Ooh, that is a great question. Dude, it's something that I have to fucking contend with all the time. Like, okay, so I'm an avatar. But it's like I don't want to sell anybody on the idea that I'm an avatar. I want people to just appreciate the things I say because what I'm saying makes sense. But in the situation that I'm in, I value the perspectives that others have, but I'm also hosting an entity that allows me to see reality in almost absolute pitch. So there comes a point where I'm just kind of like, yo, I get that you feel this way and you believe this way. I get that you poured a lot of work and value into forming your stance on this particular issue or subject, but you're pitting your feelings and beliefs against what I see based on what I am. I don't ever want to have to flex the avatar card, but there are circumstances when there's no other way around it. Like, fuck what people feel and believe if what they feel and believe doesn't match what I see, and what I see has consistently demonstrated itself to be more accurate than what happens within the realms of idealism, within the throes of idealism. The problem that you presented is one that it's like I encounter. So I'm going to read your question again. In terms of system function, if someone is more important in the situation, how does someone prevent the feelings of importance from guiding their decisions? Situationally speaking, because I am a thing, my view and perspective, it takes priority. It takes priority because I'm not guessing. I'm not working through idealism. But how do I prevent that fact, the fact that I'm not working through idealism and that I can perform outside the system of idealism, from letting me brush past everyone's view and perspective as though I'm somehow above considering it? It's something I have to contend with. And it's like, you know what I do? I do the work of making sure that I consider things that don't match what I see through the perspective that's been afforded to me, just in case the perspective is off. You just be considerate. Don't be a narcissist. Hey, yeah, maybe I am more important in this scenario, but it doesn't mean that it's like that somehow negates the need for me to listen and try to understand. And that's how I do. I listen and I try to understand. I'm not above considering that I might be wrong. And because I'm not above considering that I might be wrong, I'm always open to hearing things that may not agree with me and or what I purport to see. In the situation that we face at the species level right now, I am a thing. So far as I'm able to see through this perspective, I'm the only one of this thing in the species right now. I'm not the only person hosting an entity. There are other people out here hosting entities, but in terms of being what I am, I'm the only one. Does that give me the right to discount everything else or everyone else? In some respects it could. Do I ever let it get to that point? Nah. I do the work to make sure that I'm solid on this end, and that what I see is accurate and consistent with reality. And then also, if someone has some ideas or they have some feelings, views, and beliefs that they either think are consistent with reality, or if they want to know that if they're consistent with reality, I take time and I go through the process with them to see what's what. Humility, honesty. If you're in a situation, you honest, there's no need to self-idealize one way or the other. And hopefully that makes sense to you. Just don't self-idealize. Don't self-idealize. Sometimes so put it like this. Let's say that you are, I don't know, a carpenter. You're a carpenter and you get stranded on an island with a person who has a bunch of tools. And the person who has a bunch of tools doesn't know what the fuck to do with them. You're kind of like, yo, hey, let me get at that. I understand. I know how to build shit. Yeah. Well, these are my tools, and you have to hear their perspective. You have to understand them. Otherwise, you end up fighting each other when you could be working cooperatively. So hopefully I explained that well enough. Anywho, not sure. I don't even know how this one went tonight. Shit. I wonder, man. I wonder. But I'll go back and watch these, man. I'll go back to watch to see whether or not I dialed in. I expect to lose friends here and there. The more honest you get is the more people who are not honest, is the more contempt that they're going to have for you, is the more that they're going to be like, I can't take it anymore. I hate this guy. I hate him. He thinks he's so great. Put him in his place. Narcissism, man. It's a hell of a drug. It's a hell of a drug. Anywho, I think that I will sign off now. I don't even know. I was going to try and sing something. I don't know why I want to sing on this podcast now. I got some songs that I want to do that I wrote that I never share with anybody, or that I've shared with people individually, but I haven't put out online. I might do that soon. I don't know. We'll see. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for tuning in. It's your man, Donald King. I'm out.